flower child from the turf. I never switch sides, like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad, light up tires in the hearse. I've been on a vibe kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I'm never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, do that ass survive, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit it to the sky, change haters on a tirade. Talking to they crib in the face, be still, let that hate stuff fade. We all want the same, we all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel bent from the bib. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense, cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beast with the slap, hit myself on the map. You long with the wind, but we knowing that it's cap. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, limit time when I chat. I'm burning down sage, keep the demons away. When I write it, give a piece of myself to the page. I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm made.
See the truth in the glass in the mirror.
Yeah.
Do it at me, old man, tryna pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see that, and he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long run. I'm a slave for the cash, got snakes in the grass, no brakes on the ad, but it's all fun. We done seen it all, heard it all. Heard enough, give me space before I murder y'all. 10 bad here, I'ma curve them all. 12 missed calls, and I still made a curtain call. Here to light it up, lighten up. Hear him talking, they ain't right enough, tighten up. Everything that I came for, I left with. I don't bang sets, I just bang on the set list. Going past supper when I came for the breakfast. Put me in your prayers, I might put you on the guest list. Young, tell me reckless. Gold in my soul, got the same on my necklace.
Light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up. Well, well. Oh, light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up. Well, well.
That's my word. I don't think they know that's my word. Yeah, that's my. Hold up.
Big on the set, what they said, part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Top out, I'm cool on the chit chat. With the kid, know I got the gift back. Big on the set, what they said, part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Top out, I'm cool on the chit chat. With the kid, know I got the gift back.
Keep it real with you, I've been in the field in position. Look, hey, I've been trill, you can tell by how I feel when you with me. Look, wave, tell me, can you slide for a real one?
Slide for me, slide for me.
Can you slide for a real one?
Can you slide for me, slide for me?
Can you slide for a real one? Can you slide for a real one?
Can't tell me nothing, I'm flexing stunting. Eating all my veggies in my pocket, half an onion. And that pack smell like a funyun. Trump be beating, shit be humming. You can hear me around the corner before you ever see me coming. And they know just how we coming. Hands drumming, she gon' bust it open way before I finish thumbing. I can put you on some paper, proper play and teach you something. Got my stones on Himalaya, know I'm out your sucker ducking. Ain't no need for that discussion, bluffing with the game. About to build a couple million, came with nothing but my name. I'ma twist it, flip it, stick it like a bop it. Tell them stop it, all them haters out of pocket. Let me plug it like a socket, baby. Big on the set, what they said, part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Topped out, I'm cool on the chit chat. With the kid, know I got the gift pack. Big on the set, what they said, part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Topped out, I'm cool on the chit chat. With the kid, know I got the gift pack.
Wave, tell me, can you slide for a real one?
Slide for me, slide for me.
Can you slide for a real one?
Can you slide for me, slide for me?
Can you slide for a real one? can you slide for baby, say I'm making nervous. Maybe cause I'm real on the surface. Maybe cause I'm 10 down where the turf is. Don't get lost in those facades on the guys. You know ain't nobody perfect. I just put the work in, I know what my worth is. I'm living lavish, I'm flossing, bossing, a bagging up cash off the passion. Out here with my niggas, AB to the casket. We reckless, stay in your lane. I'm on gas till somebody cut the brakes. Cutting off these haters in the heads of the snakes. Just spinning the plan, but you catching on late. And she just sent the emoji, said she wetter than a lake. So I better not flake, take a break, say word. Hit me when you through with that, then we can shift again, my schedule been clear. These niggas see me, they mad like I'm one of their peers. I put that on Sita, so I'm sure it's abundantly clear. I'm hella big on the set, what I said. Eyes low off the legal and the red wig. Put the leg room in the roof gone. Man, I came a long way from them deals off the Groupon, right?
Big on the stairs, what they said part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Topped out, I'm cool on the chit chat. Fuck with the kid, know I got the gift back. Big on the stairs, what they said part. So I skip straight ahead to the bread part. Topped out, I'm cool on the chit chat. Fuck with the kid, know I got the gift back.
Keep it real with you, I've been in a feeling position. Yeah, yeah. I've been trail, you can tell by how I feel when you with me. Yeah. Tell me, can you slide for me? Can you slide for it once? Yeah. Tell me, can you slide for it once? Yeah.
With the black man, the original man. You might think of diminishing style.
Let me stay forever. The truth is hard, I'm so much better. Won't you let me stay forever? Light up in the sky, full of treasures.
Like it or not, starts now.
Like it or not, y'all. 2023. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for like it or not. We're back to us. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for like it or not.
Rebecca Azor's in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, or real life-ish. I live in life in the ATL. Benjamin, yeah, that's my man. He's always coming up with the master plan. Politics, scheming, or trying to find the meaning of life. And while the feds keeps us in strife. I'm your DJ. I really don't need no introduction right now, but you know what? I stay dropping them jams. Y'all know who I am. Good hope, dad jokes, culture-ish, politics. What you're hearing right now was the culmination of all of this. I started out with the mic in my hand, and I graduated to a plethora of fans. I love bringing joy to the people. It makes me feel great, makes me feel regal. I do what I do for you. 8 p.m. Friday, you know how we do. Let's go.
It's time for like it or not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. It's time for like it or not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show.
Like it or not, y'all. 2023. Let's start this damn show. Let's go.
Like it or not starts now.
I knew it was gonna be like this. Hold on, right there. No. All right. Clear. All right. How you doing?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. There we go. Good morning and welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth
And not care who doesn't like it.
How you doing today, Ben? How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. Let me put these on so I can hear a little bit better. I want to hear you.
Because you would have been able to tell me that my mic wasn't on.
Well, I can't tell you that, yes, without these headphones on, but now I can hear you loud and clear. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Another day in the neighborhood.
Another day. But I'm grateful to Jesus for another day. I am.
These look crazy. Let me just turn my speaker up. If there's feedback, I think they'll be all right. What are you thinking for? What are you thankful for this morning, Rebecca?
Do you need me to speak a little clearer or louder? I can do that.
No, you're fine. I just wasn't as prepared as I needed to be for that camera to hit on, but I'm ready.
Oh, okay, gotcha. No problem. I'm never prepared when the camera comes on. But God is still good. Now, for this week, is that what you asked me how my week was?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The week was.
I understand. Say
the
less.
Week was, and how they said it. And what is it? And God wept. Jesus wept. The week was. And so, we're getting through. I am grateful that I got through it. Friday came quicker than I thought it would.
Good.
And what's so crazy is I am celebrating 1 year of my now partner asking me to date him. That doesn't mean I accepted on that day, but I'm celebrating 1 year.
Congratulations.
I know, that's crazy. That's crazy.
A year goes by so fast when you're not paying attention and when you're having a good time.
Is it a good time?
I don't know. I'm just assuming you've been there for a year. So shout out to Burman.
Yeah, missing all my edges. Absolutely. It's beautiful. Just to have that where I think, and I will say this, y'all. You guys have seen me over the years, and I've talked about who I've been dating occasionally. What was it? The African prince from years ago, who turned out to be nothing but nothing. And don't
forget about the other one.
And then the other one before that, no good either.
We lived in the same city. That one.
Oh yeah, it was a crazy time. And
man,
yeah, you remember that one. Look,
I remember that brother good. I remember that brother well. Shout out to that brother.
Look, that fat ass. That's disrespectful that you can remember that.
wait, not that. That was another one.
Oh yeah, so it's been a couple.
Those were the days we were working in that office, and they were paying us so little.
And they were
then we looked at each other and said, "What we eating for lunch?" And you
true.
let me text my lunch, babe.
And what's so funny? I was talking to my now partner, and I was telling him, I know women are in a space where they're using guys. I really needed my man to get me food at that time, and I had a whole job where millions of people were viewing our show, but we was hungry. Ain't that crazy?
Millions of views.
We didn't know the depths about monetization at that time, and they were literally monetizing off of our stuff and getting. Because they told me, and they told me.
I knew it's an unfortunate reality of the game.
Drag us through the dungeon like that.
Well, it was a sacrifice. A couple sacrifices were made with a couple of companies. One is anyway. We're going deep today. We're going deep.
Thank you, Lord, for freedom. But I say that to say, even with how I felt like how I was dating back then. I know that there's only growth now. In this year of my life, I'm 33 now, and you guys were with me when I turned 30. So,
wow.
And now I'm 33 years old, and so I'm at a place where I'm dating. I said this 3 years ago to y'all, and was it true? Maybe it wasn't, but now I'm in a space where I feel like I am. I'm dating to marry. I know that there are men out here who are my age who have been beyond and past the stage of, oh, this girl wants me to be her food bae. And then there are women who are past the stage of being like, oh, he know where home is. We're at the stage of, I'm looking for a partnership. I'm looking for somebody who chooses me every single day, even when it gets hard. And I'm learning that because things have gotten tough, and what the world now, don't get me wrong. That's how he says wrong. Don't get me, he African too. But don't get me wrong. It's interesting because what I've learned that what you can take in a relationship, somebody else may not be able to take. So us walking around giving unsolicited advice every day on posts, especially on Justin LeBoy's page. I remember when I was dating my last partner, I would go on Justin LeBoy's page, which is Kanye's representative mouthpiece. I don't know how that is, but it's like a meme page that posts a lot of toxic things, right? Yeah. I can go on there right now and just read you 2 of them, because that page goes, and everybody who's in the dating scene or looking to date, they'll go here and they'll hear stuff like, if you bring a man on a girl's trip, we finna F him. This is wow. I need your roster empty as soon as we make eye contact. I don't F around. Can men physically tell if a girl recently just had sex with another man? This is what they promote on this type of page. Men get cheated on too and stay. They just don't tell nobody. Men love saying, use 2 hands, baby. You barely got enough for one. Be effing for real.
This is Kanye's people site.
Oh yeah, this is a man that just got big off of posting this type of content, and now he is I don't know why, but he is Justin. He's Kanye's mouthpiece. If Kanye needs something to come out, it's gonna come from this man that we've never like. But he posts a lot of toxic things, and at a time where toxicity was actually something that was glorified, and it's still pretty much glorified, but super glorified. Let me tell you, because I just remember, and I'm gonna make a video on this so y'all can kiki about it. But I just remember I was talking to my best friend about it. There's a song by Betty Wright. If y'all don't know who Betty Wright is, no pain, no gain. No pain. Yes. So she has a song where she's saying, after the pain. Okay. So, and she says in there, she remembers when people used to get together. She's like, y'all judging me when y'all been taking men back. And I don't like when she says, I want a piece of man and no man at all, whatever in the song. But she did say, back then they used to get us together, cook a little food up and bring us together. And somebody used to say, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie is just a man and he's doing the best he can. Come now, first of all, when she explained Mr. Charlie in the song, the previous song, Mr. Charlie wasn't no good. Mr. Charlie didn't deserve, but she knew, hey, this is my man. This is what I can take. He's working on himself. And then she said, God is going to bless me for loving you. I said, not God going to bless you for loving him. She said, for all the secrets and everything. But my thing, I say all that to say, listen, y'all, all of this stuff, love is going to be hard. No, love is not the hard part. The work, choosing each other is going to be the hard part.
Choosing each other every morning.
Love isn't the hard part. Love comes easy. I love you. I mean it. Now, what I choose to do when things get hard, am I going to fight or flight? Some people deserve flight. Don't get me wrong. But some people, if you love them, don't allow Justin LeBoy's post because you woke up that morning in a mood to make you leave that good man, Savannah. Some men are not good, but sometimes people be going like, oh, his communication is off and he's working on it. When you met this man, his communication wasn't the best, but he's working on his communication. And if he's actually working on it and you see that every day, understand that some people do not change overnight. Okay. And if you choose to forgive somebody, that is a choice that you made to forgive this person. And if that's what you want to do, don't allow 99 people to be in your stuff.
Right. Well, good luck to you out there, sis. I would tell you, you hit the nail on the head. It's choosing each other every morning. And I'm just grateful to be at an age and a stage where I get to choose to make coffee for my wife every morning.
I love that for you.
I want coffee with her for the rest of my life. Of course, she could do better. Of course, my eyes do what they do, but you got to choose. She chooses me every morning. I choose her every morning. And even when we get on each other's nerves, we start all over each morning with a nice fresh cup of coffee.
And you guys have been married for
2009, however many years that is.
Wow. Yeah. I don't even know.
I know our year, but I don't know what year this is. So I know what year we got married, but I don't know what year we're in. So here we are.
Okay, but you're married, and I've watched it. I've even seen her, not pregnant one day and pregnant the next. So that means, so y'all been doing it. Y'all
We're
been doing
done
your
with that
thing. Y'all been
stage, though. No more, no more children.
That's okay because you have your kids. You have your beautiful, wonderful kids, and you've been rocking with her. And I love to see you guys grow. You guys are a great couple of mine that I know in my life who I love to see. At the end of the day, who has gone through things and still chose each other, and I can see
That's a word.
elevation in that. So yeah. So shouts out to Jada for sure. And shouts out. I'll give y'all his name on my wedding day.
Yes, whatever his
On
he's
my
not
wedding.
he's not is he an African prince? What is he? A
He
Haitian
is an
prince?
African prince, but he's a different type, and I will give y'all his name on my wedding day.
Huh? Amen.
I posted
Yes.
his arm. I posted his arm full of tattoos in my story. That's all you're
Oh,
gonna
that's
get.
as close as you get.
That's it. Ain't not in this. People are crazy.
You're not revealing until
Oh,
he reveals that
yeah,
ring.
girl, this is the same guy that was in my DMs, girl. Yeah, no, no. Anywho, we have so much to talk about. Discussing DMs and all this other stuff makes me think about. I sound like Future, man. You know what I'm saying? Like letting go of toxic people makes me think about Candace Owens
Woo!
and how she was let go. Was she toxic, or was the people she working for toxic?
Mm.
Now, who is accepting her in the Black community at this time? Are there people accepting her? There are. But this is a great conversation I definitely want to have, and I want to open up the floor with. Candace Owens was let go from what was it? The network she was working on,
The Daily Wire.
the Daily Wire, and we know who runs that. Is that
Ben
Ben
Shapiro.
Shapiro? Ben Shapiro. You guys know he is a white supremacist, somebody who just functions over, on top of, on the side of whiteness. Okay, and his white supremacy always bleeds out in so many different forms. He's disrespectful. He's okay with being disrespectful. Everything and anything Black and good and sexy and all of the above bothers him. It makes him so upset that he will do 3 hours and send people out into the streets to protest a damn movie, to protest a song, and then get out and utilize cultural appropriation to try to disrespect us at the same time. But this is what I say. She's been working for him. She's been working alongside him as she's led a lot of different conversations that were very problematic even before then, about her choice of words for George Floyd. I'm talking about Candace Owens, y'all. Her words about George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, saying that it was their fault, talking about how a lot of homes are fatherless or whatever, these, like, a lot of things that this woman has put out as a Black woman, being the talking head for the right. Yeah. It has been problematic. And she has led those conversations on her platform, even when it surrounded COVID. She has made a lot of problematic points. I say that to say Candace Owens went on the Breakfast Club about 2 days ago. And on the Breakfast Club, we'll talk about how the Breakfast Club carried that in those interviews, or that particular interview, very lackluster. But was on the Breakfast Club and was asked a series of questions. She ended up, and this I can fully say with my face that Candace Owens was on the right side of her talking point when it came to her saying that a lot of Republicans are okay with genocide, and she's not. There's genocide happening in Gaza, and she's not okay with that. Ben Shapiro took her talking point from the Breakfast Club and stated, after she posted, I guess, the Bible verses about that, saying that, this is genocide, whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He said that a lot of people, because of what he said, everybody, all his supporters, even her supporters, took her commentary as anti-Semitism. So with that being said, they said that she was basically against Jews, against Israel, against what Americans are for right now, and it's hurtful. So they took her off. But it took that. What she said against Black people wasn't the issue. Just like, and then it mirrors Kanye. When Kanye said that slavery was a choice, when Kanye made all of these different mentions, they didn't care. They allowed him to continue to platform. They invited him everywhere. And then when he said something about Jews, oh baby, everybody came out. Okay? Because I don't like anti-Semitism. I'm not for it. But here we are. And Candace Owens, all she said was that genocide was happening in Gaza. The Palestinian people do not deserve to die like this. They do not deserve at all. And because she said that, we saw her, she was out of there. But it also helps me understand. I want you to understand, I am okay with her saying that, calling a thing a thing. But when you're saying the truth, it's the truth. Does that require me, Libikazo, to not remember all of those hurtful things that this woman has said and done in the name of what I believe, grifting and money? Does that have me, should I feel bad because I'm not going to be one of those people that are a pillow for her? Do I believe that people deserve forgiveness? 100%. But I can choose who I want to forgive. I know Jesus has to be like him, and I want to be like him every day. That's going to take work. Candace Owens did a lot to the Black community, and as she understands and knows that she's being let go by the white community, she's going to fall towards Black people who are going to want to uplift her. In the Breakfast Club interview, they thought just listening to her and not pushing back on some of the points that she's made that's been hurtful to Black men, to the Black community, they didn't think that would be, they just thought how they ended the interview after just saying these things. They just said, you see, we could have conversations with people with opposing views. And that was it. That was it. So with that being said, I'm going to ask Jesus to heal my heart, but you can't tell me that I have to forgive this person. There is going to be somebody to do it. There's going to be a church mother. That's what they're for. There's going to be somebody, because I do believe that everybody deserves forgiveness. I don't have the heart right now because of a lot of the things, a lot of the rhetoric she spewed for years in the name of Donald Trump and their Republican companions, hurtful things that have been said against our community, and lies and propaganda. And for the people who died at the hands of police officers. To say that this was to help spew misinformation and to basically say that it was their fault. Ben, let's talk about it.
Well, I want to start with asking Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy if they did any research before this interview. Because how do you let this woman get on your screen? Woman, man, gender nonconforming, it doesn't matter. How do you let a person get on your show who has said that white men are the most oppressed people in this country? She's also said that white men are experiencing what Black people went through. She also attacked George Floyd. She attacked Breonna Taylor. She made a mockery of everything that is Black. And they didn't she even said that the only problem with Adolf Hitler was that he attempted to globalize, not what he was doing inside of Auschwitz and all of the other concentration camps. That wasn't problematic. It was a problem. It was a problem because he tried to nationalize. They did not ask a single question about any of those things, but instead allow her to forward her most malicious talking points. She even got on there and said the reason she couldn't marry a Black man was because she thinks too deeply. She was like, she had to marry someone who can keep up with her thinking. He's a failed businessman. Your husband is a failed businessman. Parler. He owned Parler. Parler failed, and you're helping him with your finances. If your husband is anything like Steven Crowder, he might not even be your husband. I'm just wondering if DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God actually bothered to do any investigation, or did they do a favor for the owner of iHeartMedia, as well as the owner of their show, who are both right-wing affiliated people, and bring on someone to forward Donald Trump talking points without any pushback whatsoever? I'm thinking it's the common thread, right? Their Breakfast Club is owned by iHeartMedia, and iHeartMedia just got exposed for giving $250,000 to Ted Cruz from Texas. Did DJ Envy or Charlamagne the God bother to research damn bit before they got on air and forwarded this woman who has intentionally made herself the very bane of Black people's existence? Nope, not at all.
And, you know, it's interesting to say, I know that sometimes as a journalist or a host or a personality, watching that was so cringy for me because I know Charlamagne's how he can question people. We know that. And we know even how DJ Envy can interrupt to get some information and carry it out. I've seen them. When Angela Yee was there, she would definitely put in, hey, but here New York Times says that this and that and that, and asking to whatever, or here on this particular day when you said on your platform X, Y, and Z. I didn't get any of that. What I did hear was that when they questioned her about Macron's the Canadian president
Emmanuel Macron's abortion policy.
Wife, and if
Oh,
she
his wife.
was a trans or a man or not trans
Oh,
woman.
they joked about that. They had time to joke about that.
It wasn't even a joke. They were very serious. And
Oh
she
my
went, she said, no, at first I'm like, why aren't there any pictures? And his wife was never seen, and they showed a brother, then they never showed a brother pictured with the wife. And then Charlemagne says, wow, you know what? Why didn't they show? Why didn't they show? Now it became who's on in the interview now? Who's not there? Why is Macron on? Like, come on now, let's be for real. Candace, do you actually believe those things that you said when you said that George Floyd, who I on this platform have talked about in a situation, and I was on the side of George Floyd and everybody else who looks like me, who felt that that was literally a murder that happened before our eyes? Tell us why you sat on your platform and stated that George Floyd's fault and that Breonna Taylor as well as somebody. Do you believe that diversity and inclusion is unnecessary within schools, honestly? Because you're the same person. They said, this is how they brought that up. Because you're the same person that in your school, you sued them, I believe, for discrimination. And when she was in high school or something. And she kind of tried to leave that, like, just kind of brush it under the rug and answer that. But those they asked her like, oh, but you are somebody, there's something that came out that you sued them. And she was like, I mean, I did, but it was somebody that that I once dated or talked to. It was a friend of mine. He was Caucasian, and he what she said, she was like, he turned out to be gay, and he was just really upset with me, and him and his friends sent me a video, and they were saying some really mean things. So yeah. But I'm like, girl, no, that means that you understand why we talk about Black Lives Matter and diversity and inclusion. It worked in your favor at one time. So why can't we understand why it needs to work through our favor historically? She knows. So when she was talking, I can see her old self, her Black self peeking through.
Trying to creep out.
But she had to she was doing that. And I feel like she missed not playing a character. So in these Black spaces, she missed not playing a character, and so she came and she gave a little bit of, some Blackness. This woman, Jess Hilarious, whom I think is a beautiful woman. We've talked about her here.
Yes,
she had nothing. She had nothing to say, nothing to offer until it got to, the way people view me online. She was like, exactly the way people view you. It's like, she was saying like, oh, it's people online will say this is what she said and it's just a clip or whatever. Ma'am, she got full episodes out attacking the Black community, putting out propaganda, as Ole would say, putting out misinformation. And
let me ask you a question when you're done.
Go ahead. And caping for the white people every single day. And she allowed so many white people to say things to the Black community or Black people just out of her needing a check or whatever. You married white. Stop making it a big deal. Like, I don't understand. She said she married somebody who was on her level. I took that as, okay, I wanted to go ahead and chime in with Dr. Umar GIF. You know what I mean? But you married white. That's okay, girl. People marry white every day. And they still are good activists or whatever the case may be. They create little, mixed babies that go on to be J. Cole, that go on to be, don't play. They go on to be good people. But go ahead, Ben.
Jake. Shout out to J. Cole. Actually, quite the lyricist.
Absolutely.
But you're not wrong. Has Jess Hilarious ever really done anything meaningful for the Black community, though? Such that we should expect her to step up in that moment?
I would like to see, because this is the place I'm at. We don't have to forgive people, but I'm not against people. Like Ben, you said that you're where you are at now in your life, and I said I'm not there, but I would love to be there because I think that's godly.
Oh well, no, I'm with you. No, forgiveness is divine. I'm not.
Okay, great. So we're there, right? So for me, with Jess Hilarious, I think that she was funny, like for sure. But I do think like she had some problematic moments that were not only problematic, they grew to be like, even in that moment, they're talking about trans people. You have people in the room. Why didn't we have anybody else give a different point of view? You guys are sitting here and it's just not, you're talking to a person that is big in politics as far as political journalism or political commentary. And why didn't y'all come a little bit harder? Charlemagne, you had a show that was given to you where you discussed pure politics. It was just you. And you discussed pure politics. And I've seen you do your work. I've seen how you can do this. Also with DJ Envy, same thing. I wouldn't say the same thing for Jess Hilarious because she knows how to be just, she's growing in this space. But if I were her, wow, this is the moment we have our laptops. We're in 2024. Back then, we didn't, if you just didn't know, you just didn't know. You have your laptop, you have your cell phone, you have these things available in front of you. Figure out what it is that she said and done. Question her about it. It's an interview. Let's have conversations. And if there's something that you agree with, it can't be just the trans thing, because we saw your stance on it, Jess Hilarious, when it came to T.S. Madison.
Come on.
And how you just made it. It was like, we can understand. You don't have to accept or like. Nobody does. But you being on a platform that trans people listen to, you making it seem like they are such a problem. Some of them, somebody made a post about having a period. They had nothing to do with you, but you got on there and you made it about you. And like, it's stuff like that. People say things online every day that I don't agree with. It doesn't mean that I have to go. I can mute them. I can take them off my platform. I don't have to make a scene about somebody's sexuality or whatever. Girl, just move on. That's one. Two, her also, and I'm talking about Jess Hilarious. Y'all can go back and search this up. I'll never forget it. I follow her. I've been following her for a long time. And she did a live or some kind of video on her page where she was upset that a Middle Eastern man was on the plane.
Yes, I remember that mess.
And she doesn't understand that she feels that way because white America told her that during 9/11, people who are Middle Eastern are all terrorists. So her coming onto a plane and putting that out there too. And it's problematic that we continue to feed into this. Again, I want all these Black women, Candace included, to definitely grow. But I am mindful about, hey, I remember what you did, my good sis. And as for me in this house,
that's right.
I don't have to do anything for you or with you. I'm not going to bash you. I'm going to remind you about what you said. And I haven't heard Candace say anything that was apologetic. I haven't heard Candace say anything that was her taking accountability. I haven't heard it the same way from Jess Hilarious.
Yeah.
And with both Charlemagne and DJ Envy, who are some people that I know to get on and make themselves donkey of the day, apologize, do these things. No, their energy is doubling down these days. Since they brought Jess Hilarious on, they made a skit about the T.S. Madison thing and who they're offending, how they're offending different communities. They made a skit, you guys, and a joke about them offending every community.
Shout out to Angela Yee for getting away from that. Mm-hmm. Be honest with you. Because at this point, between the mess that DJ Envy is in and Charlemagne, Charlemagne is caught between two masters, and you can't serve two masters. And this is what I'm going to tell you. One thing that Candace got right.
She did tweet that.
Yeah, you cannot serve God and money. Right? Mm-hmm. Whatever your God is, if your God is a God of justice or your God is the God of white supremacy, let's be clear, Candace Owens' God is not the same God. She don't even go to church enough to know about the Black Jesus, right? So she serves white supremacy. She just made a very clear choice that she's not going to serve white supremacy and Zionism, which is Ben Shapiro's very specific type of white supremacy. I know a lot of people be like, oh, it's not white. No. Let's be sure. Zionism is white supremacy of the highest order. Mm-hmm. Candace Owens said, I'm not going to go with Zionism all the way to genocide. Okay, she has that much of a soul. It doesn't really take a lot for you to oppose genocide, but congratulations, Candace. And by the way, Alex Jones, the lizard people, man, the conspiracy theory, Sandy Hook, he's even said, okay, what they're doing in Gaza is too far. Okay, great. Two of the most disgusting people in the history of American politics are able to see that what Benjamin Netanyahu and Zionism is doing in Gaza is genocide, and they don't want to be affiliated with it. Cool. You're still demons. You're still servants of white supremacy. You still are doing the bidding of Donald Trump. You're still operating in the most insidious level of black hatred possible. You don't get any points from us, even if you do get to go and sit on Breakfast Club for free without any pushback.
People, and again, somebody's gonna get them. I believe that we all need saving. It's like, you know, the church is a hospital. Go there. When Kanye West came out after saying those slavery comments and stuff, nobody was accepting him. White people were, but then he made some other comments and made enemies over there. So he went over to the black church, and what did he do? He utilized them and stepped on their backs and then left them where they were. I know another grifting activist who constantly used the church to do something the same way. And
now he ain't even in the church.
Now he ain't even in the church. But that's where y'all can go. Like I said, people deserve forgiveness. There are murderers, and this is what the Bible says. And again, every day I'm trying to be like Christ. Today won't be one of those days for me when it comes to
Candace
Owens. Absolutely. I agree with some of the points that she's made on the Breakfast Club, because they were points outside of what she usually says. Like when it came to the Gaza thing, when she tweeted about how the right is wrong and utilized Bible verses. Oh, great. Good for you. When Liz Cheney said that Donald Trump was a terrible person, that's cute. That's great. Been a terrible person all this time. But now you want to speak up? I don't like any of that type of stuff. Now I have to make sure you got 4 more years or 2 more years of your seat because you spoke up. And are you promised? Listen, because you want to be a prodigal daughter, it ain't going to be at my house. I'm not going to run and meet you in my fields.
Does she still believe that white men are the most oppressed people in the United States of America?
She said that we do not need. She said that it does. And how she framed this, it makes those the shade room comments, black people. It makes those type of people who won't go read an article, who won't go watch more of it, who will just sit on the clips that are shared. She says things enough for it to be like, why should we focus on historically black people being divided? I said in my mind, girl, because we still are. We are fighting things. But while I was watching it, and she's like, why should we focus on that? That's what they want us to focus on. And we should be moving past that. And if we have like these schools, like I think she said something about like with the diversity and inclusion and the separation, of what, like why do they have to be special things for black people? It needs to be for listen, because no matter what you say, if we take that away, it will still be black people getting disrespected, people being put at the bottom of the totem pole and not being accepted into different colleges, jobs, all of this. And that's us saying that we don't see color. I have 2 white best friends. I invite those people to my house for dinner and they invite me to the cookout. The true problem isn't being solved. Is if we look over it. This has been the problem for damn near God knows how long, okay, here in this country. My whole entire life. So all the progress that we make, it's like how when they gave us Roe versus Wade. And women were able to have an option and have a choice. And when they took that away from us, that was so much work that was undone. So us getting diversity and inclusion and having that taken away, and they already started in colleges in Florida. They've been taking away diversity and inclusion away, those programs out of the schools, y'all, out of the schools. So at PWIs, they're removing that. And you just know organizations and things. So this is why I say her framing it as she was talking on the Breakfast Club. Like, why should we? Why can't we just be? Why do we have to say, the black, the this, the that? We have to do that. You know why? Because we're not recognized outside of that. So when we recognize ourselves, when we love on ourselves, that's why we talk about Black love, and because that's something that's not promoted. The Black unity is something that wants to be shifted. I sound like Dr. Umar, Jesus. Like, no, but seriously, our representation in the world, and especially where we live right now in America, is something that is looked at as inferior and should always be treated as inferior. Whether we step into the room for that job, having all of the qualifications, we understand that diversity and inclusion type protects us a little bit, somewhat protects us. But that's all we got. And we worked hard to even get that. And now you're talking about undoing those things, having grants, because we know our communities are the ones that are underfunded. Our parents are not the ones that are making the most.
Come on.
And yet we can no longer have those funds that help us, like with the Fearless Fund that helps a lot of businesses, Black businesses, get a little startup.
0.1% of all the capital in the country went to a Black woman firm, and they lost their collective white supremacist crap.
Because they said that there should not be a fund, a capital fund that is geared towards Black businesses specifically, because that is racist.
Yeah. What does Candace think about that, DJ Envy?
Why wasn't that questioned? Why didn't you present these types of conversations to Candace Owens? It's okay. She's still going to have her point of view. She's still going to have her conversation. So that's still going to be there.
That's right.
But why wasn't there any pushback or any follow-up or any questioning that made sense? Because the reason why you have her on here is not for her to tell all. She wasn't giving us a tell-all book. It was to have an interview.
That's good. That's good. And there's a distinction there. Thank you for that distinction, because, while we're not, you're kind, and Olay was kind enough to not really question their journalistic skills. I don't know if I'm that kind. I do kind of want to question them as journalists, but more so than that, we have to really look at the kind of control that is over Black media. You do not have a single Black media platform that is large enough that will actually challenge white supremacy, even in the form of Candace Owens. You simply don't. Every influencer, and I want to, something that was just put on the screen a few minutes ago from B. There's a very specific strategy that's being employed. Candace Owens is the tip of the spear of it. She is not coming home to Blackness. She's coming back because she needs a new audience, and she knows exactly how to divide the Black community more, because there is this vein of language that she's using very precisely to stir up anti-Semitism, pro-Hitler support. I want to be clear. If you look at who's supporting Candace Owens right now that she's divided from Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro, she's getting pure Nazi support. Like groypers, like actual people who pride themselves on being Nazis. That's who's supporting her now. And she is bringing that full force into the Black community, because she's going to find, like, no cap. I know not plenty. I know about a good handful of folks who actually believe the kind of stuff that she is saying, that she said about Hitler, that she's saying about Donald Trump. And so, yes, she's absolutely being sent to the Black community to pull people two different ways. One, to Donald Trump. Two, towards the very specific type of anti-Semitism that she has mastered the language of, and she's going to find some support in the Black community, because you got those same type of people everywhere.
Everywhere. And that's what we need to understand. She's, to me, whistleblowing. And it's going to be, hey, Black people, let's come on back, right? We're going to be accepted after. And this is what I want you guys to understand too. We can identify. DEI didn't save her ass in that room of white people, because you were their DEI pick, my good sis. You were their diversity and inclusion pick over there. And as soon as you said anything and something, they made sure they let you go in less than 24 hours.
They got
You spoke
rid
on
of
a
it.
Black platform, and let me tell you something. I can identify and say that is an issue. That is a problem. But at the same time, you
Reap what you sow,
you
honey.
carried yourself on over there.
Yep.
Now that's what I say. Why you want to be a prodigal daughter, slowly but surely. You want to be the prodigal daughter that doesn't agree with conservative views and that doesn't agree with and say that you don't agree with anything liberal. So for me, you're looking for a space to land your feet and to start and build anew.
That's right. That's right.
Without holding any. At least you could have came with some accountability.
Yeah.
At least you could have said, you know what, y'all, I was a fool working with these people, making these comments. Free yourself. That would have been better for me. I wouldn't have forgave you, like I said, but there would have been people for you in that sense.
Yeah.
Everybody in these quick microwave comment sections from these quick microwave clips that they're not going to go. They don't know. Some of them don't know who Candace Owens is. They don't know her history. They don't know what she just said about a month ago. They don't know what she said 3 weeks ago. They don't know what she said 3 days ago. Excuse me, on this white platform against the Black communities. Follow and see if this is somebody that's like having having a friend at some point who started just saying really nasty things about you, really terrible things about you, treating you terrible. And you finally decide to walk away from that. And all that pain that this person inflicted on you, you had to figure out how to release that trauma, relieve yourself of that trauma, get yourself away from that negativity. And then they circle back and be like, hey, friend, where have you been? Nobody knows me. Like imagine that though. Imagine her circling back and doing that to the friend doing that to you. You're not going to want that. You now have found ways to elevate yourself in your life. You're not going to accept that person anymore. God bless you, my friend. That's all I got for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You fell, you broke a couple bones.
The power of media, though, the power of media this is the fact now. She is going to be pushed down the throats of the Black community, and she's going to speak with a certain veneer of Blackness. She's going to come off Black, and they're going to use her voices, and she's going to recruit quite a few Black people, not because she has anything of substance to say, but once you put the glit and the glamour and the viralness behind it, people be like, oh, she doesn't sound too bad. Oh, she doesn't sound so horrible. Never mind the fact that nobody is mentioning that she supports Hitler, that she thinks Breonna Taylor deserved it, that George Floyd wasn't really killed by Derek Chauvin. He had an overdose. She has the deepest seated hate. And listen, just look at her wedding pictures. She has a deep-seated hatred for herself. You don't show up at your wedding looking like that, Candace. I'm sorry.
Benjamin P. Dixon.
Just saying. That's what it is.
I was looking at her on the breakfast. I said, look, she's such a beautiful girl, woman. Probably the best mom, best wife, whatever the case may be.
You being all forgiving this morning.
No, I'm not. But every time you present yourself, that nastiness is what seeps out. And I can't take you seriously. Some people were like, oh, is it because she doesn't wear her nails a certain kind of way? She doesn't wear lashes. She doesn't plaster her face with makeup. Her face is plastered with makeup. She does wear extensions from time to time. She does wear lashes. It's just presented in what you guys will call a clean way. And that's more white-like. You know what I mean? So, and that's why they're saying, oh, that's why y'all don't want to listen to her because the messenger ain't doing whatever. No, the messenger has done some things that were hurtful to the Black community. I don't care if it's Kanye. I don't care if it's Kamala. I don't care if it's what. I don't care. If the person has done these things, why can't we have a conversation about it? Maybe that will lead them to Jesus. I mean, maybe because that's the only way. But for us to sit here and be like, oh no, Candace, they dropped you. Come on, baby.
She won't go anywhere where she won't be dismantled. Facts, Trev.
Because of diversity and inclusion, the Black community is seeing you.
2 quick things, Rebecca. Number one, she certainly doesn't. She blocked me years ago. She talks about being willing to debate anybody. No, not Candace. Candace will not do that. But 2, I'm going to get off of her for 1 second. I'm going to reserve my greatest ridicule for Ben Shapiro, who has demonstrated, oh Lord, am I going to say this on air? No, I'm not going to say it on air yet. But once a cracker, always a cracker. It doesn't matter. It
Oh,
doesn't matter what type of cracker you are, Ben Shapiro.
oh, Ritz.
Yeah. Well, no, I have another
Graham,
descriptor for it, but I'm gonna save that for a video
Ritz,
on him.
Graham. I
Hmm.
don't give a damn.
Don't matter. It don't matter what part.
Listen.
It don't matter your religion. It don't matter your belief. It don't even matter your ethnicity. Once you're steeped in the white supremacy of crackerdom, it follows you
Ritz
no
and
matter where you
Graham.
go.
Because I don't know if they flagged the channel for those, but Ritz crackers, graham crackers, I don't care what kind of seasoning, salt, the everything spice or chocolate.
Oh, I forgot we on your channel too. I thought it was just going to hit my channel.
Yeah.
Sorry
It
to
doesn't
Rebecca's
matter what
channel.
kind of Ritz cracker you are. But we listen, if you toe tapped for a certain amount of time, because to me it might be a little time limit. Sometimes people just get led astray. But baby, you was invested. You was invested.
She
You
had
took your time.
stock in Ritz crackers.
You did a slow, like you was a slow cook with this. You had time to feel it and be like, you know what? No, not my black people. I may not agree with everything because you don't. This is the thing people have to understand. You don't have to agree with everything. And I can honestly tell you, there are liberals on that side who are white, to me, who walk in whiteness. Who function
all
in
day.
whiteness.
Liberal crackers.
I can say that, and that's okay. And I can say I don't mess with none of them conservatives and their views. That's all right too. You got the talented 10th black people who feel like they got to shuck and jive and represent conservatives. And I even have family members who just believe that conservative view is helpful to them. It works
Creole crackers. I'm sorry, I had to do it.
The Cubanos who view themselves as, I would vote for Donald Trump. All people.
You even got black crackers, the niggas for Trump. Come on, it's all over the place.
There's so many. And so with that being said, I don't have to accept. I don't have to open my door. I don't have to do a thing for anybody but stay black and live. And as for Candace Owens, once again, I saw what they did to you. I know what they did to you was wrong. I can say that. I can literally, but I will not accept you after what you've done and said. I won't down you. I won't do none of that. You just will not be a part of my circle, my repertoire. It just won't. It's not for me.
But you know what I will do? I agree with you 100%. Ain't got nothing for Candace, but I am definitely. I've got a few words for Ben Shapiro. Not even on behalf of Candace, but just because he's the crown jewel right now. Ben Shapiro is the diversity and inclusion pick for fascism. He is a yarmulke wearing Nazi. He is a Jewish person who serves fascism. He is opening the door in the United States of America for actual Nazis who want to destroy anyone of Jewish descent. Now, you and me on this screen, we got deep-seated issues with what Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, his right-wing government, the Likud party, what they're doing in Gaza. That's a very specific and well-grounded moral opposition to white supremacy in the form of Zionism. Ben Shapiro is using that to usher in white supremacy that is going to get Jewish people killed. So when I say he's a yarmulke-wearing Nazi, that's literally his servitude, his purpose in society for white supremacy. And he's opening the door. And the funny thing about it is, Rebecca, while they're going to put the rest of us, if Nazis and these fascists get control in 2024 and they do what they want to do, they're going to come after all of us, black, it doesn't disabled, it doesn't matter, or differently able. It doesn't matter if you're trans, it doesn't matter LGBT, it doesn't matter if you're Christian. You got to be a very specific type of Christian. They're coming after all of us. But when they're done coming after all of us, guess who they're going to put up on the wall next? Ben Shapiro and his yarmulke. They will get him at the end.
Oh yeah, they're going to get him. And at this point, they're coming for people one by one. Black people first. Any black person we still have yet to see. I forgot his name.
Who that?
The man that we covered for months, who was supposed to be running in Georgia.
Oh, Herschel
Walker. We haven't seen, heard anything. They will use you and throw you away.
God.
Throw you away. Throw you away. You are not valuable to these people. And once you speak some kind of racist tone to them, you're out. When it's to black people, They need you to expound upon your findings that are so diabolical to the Black community, that hurts our community, that leverages white supremacy, racism, prejudice, marginalized communities getting shot up, all kinds of things,
Evil.
and perpetuates false narratives in America about us. They used you to catapult all of that. And as soon as you said something
Just threw her away.
about genocide in Gaza,
Like they threw her away like Steven Crowder threw his family away.
Yep. And so at the end of this day, what Glorilla said, at the end of the day got to end. And baby, Candace, baby, go find you a day where the sun gonna shine, and because it's not over here. And I know that may not work. That may not be a worry to you because you still gonna get a coin because people are gonna still want to hold on to you and watch your stuff because she has now said, help with her Patreon so that she can continue the work. And people are gonna do that. They're gonna do that because they're gonna watch that Breakfast Club interview and they're gonna say, y'all ain't really hearing her. Y'all always, but y'all not really listening to what she's saying. Y'all didn't catch that. She really, if you really sit down and listen to her, she's saying some real ass stuff, bro. Like, y'all not really listening to her. Like, under Donald Trump, things was good for our community.
Well, you talking like Sexy Red.
Look, Sexy Red, he did a lot for us. Like, I really like him. He ain't did nothing to me. He ain't did nothing wrong for me. Like, I really like him.
You think they're gonna get any of them folks registered?
Shit.
You think you think these rappers are gonna get a single person registered and get them out to the polls, Donald Trump? But please, I do appreciate. Go ahead and keep giving them money, right? We like the influx of cash in the Black community, but do you actually think Sexy Red is gonna get some people registered and out to vote? Okay.
Yeah, no.
Stranger things have happened. It could.
Listen, I don't. What? Glorilla literally was on CNN because this is where we are. As I love Glorilla, right? Yeah, Glow, I love it, right? Crewman on Crewman, I love it. It's hilarious. But it's also adorable. It's a real accent. I like to see it. And that song, you guys go run it up because it's almost like the DMX song where is it DMX? Where no, it's like the what's his name from Louisiana? Dang it. Juvenile song where he's hyping himself up. It's a affirmation song. Glorilla has one as well. Yeah, Glow. It's a nice song. But I said to say, where we are now, even in politics, they reached out. We're talking about the Biden administration. I'm pretty sure the Biden administration has reached out to a lot of great people, probably like Tabitha Brown, like all those people, right? Who make sense. Not to say that Glorilla doesn't, but they don't put Glorilla on CNN. And they was like, so Glorilla, have you so when you met up with the Biden administration and you spoke with Biden, Kamala Harris, and Vice President Kamala Harris, were they looking for you to go ahead and sponsor them? Like, just give them the vote. You let them know that you were gonna. Is that? I don't really know about all that. See, I just went in and cool, but yeah, living my life like it's golden.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Living my life like it's golden. Hey, you
got that clip.
Find my clip, please, because I'm not making this up. She's like, but yeah. Other than that, but they're like, so are you gonna be somebody that backs Biden? And they were like, it's Glorilla. Find Glorilla on CNN. But like, she's like, are you gonna be the one that backs Biden? She was like, I mean, they cool people, whatever. I just, at the end of the day, the day got in. At the end of the day, the day got to end.
That's the right answer, though. You know what? I ain't got no problem with her answer because they asked a stupid question. Not because Glorilla can't comment on politics, but they asked a stupid question because Glorilla don't comment on politics. She don't serve that capacity. And she don't try to serve that capacity for Black people. Like, Sexy Red could take a note when you're asked a silly question that's trying to put you in a position that you're not trying to put your own position. Glorilla was not trying to put herself in that role. They asked her to come on. I think there was a part where she was promoting her new song and whatnot. And then they try to ask her about politics. She said, I don't do that. Yeah, I love it.
Here we go. Let's roll it.
What was it like meeting President Biden and Vice President Harris? It was so cool. I was geeked. Like, everybody don't get to meet the president and the vice president. And so, like, just being able to be in the White House, like I never in a million years thought I'd be in the White House. Then I was in the White House and got to meet the president and vice president. Oh, they can't mess with me. Like, I just feel like, oh, you feel me?
And he also sounded like he knew your music as well, Gloria. I mean, I want to read a part though of a text that your mother sent you after you.
I didn't even see all this part. This is deep.
It says, quote, "I've come from being the woman with a bunch of kids living in a blue house with no real furniture in Frasier to the classiest, most beautiful, and most talented rapper of this generation's mom, who's moved on up to a beautifully furnished house. Get 'em, Glow." That is so sweet. Talk to me about what that message meant to you.
It meant everything to me because
this is actually a good clip, man. I'm
interested in this. When we was living in that blue house with all my brothers and sisters, nobody never would have thought nobody would have been in the White House or none. So it was just a proud moment for my mama. Like, she called me so happy, like she was super excited, and that's one of the reasons that I be more happy.
Sorry, y'all, I'm into this. So this ain't. I ain't see this part.
My mom and my daddy did.
This was the good part. It's the next part. But go ahead.
That's us learning about Glorilla. Okay, let's take a listen.
No, I don't know. Does he have the next one?
Oh, I don't know if he does. But that
part was smart. I like that part.
Yeah, I'm looking at the lower third. They're talking about some. She has a song called "Yeah Glow." They put "Yeah Joe" on the bottom. Yeah, Joe. But I love her accent. I said she's such an adorable person. I like actually what she was talking about, growing up in a blue house. They're not having money, that whole thing. But is your next leader gonna be someone who can help you with those issues? Glorilla made it out the hood, and Glorilla's name, if you guys don't know, is Glory Hallelujah. That's her actual name.
Really? Oh, really?
Glory Hallelujah. That's why she.
I thought it was. I didn't know what it was.
Gloria Hallelujah. That's her name.
Thank you for stop
That's
me there.
Actual 100% name. It's not a joke. So
praise the Lord.
Now I say it to say she's talking about her struggle. It will your next president, will they be able to speak to those people in those communities to help them get out the mud so they can start saying "Yeah, Glow" to themselves? Is that because I don't even know? I would tell you right now, I couldn't. Just look at your next leader and see if that they're gonna be that person for you, while every one of these other rappers are speaking great things about Donald Trump. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, they looking for him because he has an unpaid fee for fraud.
$464 million. $464 million.
$464 million fraud, and it was just a fee.
Well, actually, it's 350 million. The extra 164 million is interest. So
unpaid for fraud. Your next alleged for these rappers who support Trump.
I think we got the other clip too.
It's problematic. Let's listen to this. Yeah, Joe. Cuban or Cuban.
We got the volume, no volume. All right.
Did they talk to you about who you are, how talented of an artist you are, how many accolades and nominations and everything you've got going on, at least what you have planned for the summer coming ahead with a concert and a tour? The idea of them inviting you there in particular. Did they talk to you about what they wanted politically? Did they want your endorsement? Did they want you to help people get out the vote?
Hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. But, I'm not going to, talk politics, but I love the president. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody. And at the end of the day got to end.
Oh.
That's how you answer questions when you know she ain't gonna. Thank you, Glorilla. That was the most intelligent answer that you.
I don't know much about politics, you know what I'm saying? But Joe Biden, shout out to Joe Biden. I'm over here living my life like it goes.
Because listen, and I saw people try to criticize her for this answer, right? But I want people to really contextualize this criticism. It's coming from Black conservatives. There's a lot of Black conservatives like, "Ooh, look at how ignorant she is." No. I want you to really think about what did Malcolm say about entertainers. entertainers who are propped up to be the spokespeople of Black people when it comes to politics. He said the only community you see doing that is the Black community. Now, I argue it ain't the Black community doing that. It's whiteness doing that on behalf of the Black community. But here's Glorilla, who said, I got something to say about my life. I got something to say about my album. Y'all want to bring me on CNN and talk about it? I'll do it. You want to ask me about politics? No.
Mm-hmm. It's like you have, I always go back to our beautiful, beloved Beyonce and her wearing the Beto hat last minute to get the votes. Did he win?
No.
Remember when, the alleged, Diddy, right? When he went out and he said, vote or die. I mean, that was a beautiful campaign. I love how it was bringing everyone together.
Did we win that year?
We were wearing that shirts. We were wearing he came to our school and I will never forget it.
Did we win that year, 2004?
No. And then we went on to saying just in the last year, the same Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, Love, went on to say, hold your vote.
Yeah.
And then what did we have explode after that? People going and writing not committed, which is fine. Do your thing. I know it's a shake it up, because I do feel like our president needs to be held accountable. Baby, I get it. I'm right with you. We got to start shaking it up. But I was watching Shirley Chisholm special on Netflix yesterday. Follow me. Stay with me. Be right here with me.
Come a little closer.
She said, come a little closer. And she said, absolutely, Regina King did an amazing job. Let's start there. But did say that we can't, the people, the woman, her name was Barbara, who she was basically a mentor to. And that girl was like, I don't think I could really do politics. And she's like, because you can't support people, who are the criminals or who are this and who are part of the problem. Shirley said, we even said to the Black Panther leader at the time, and said to both of them, what can we do? I understand that we don't like this and we don't like this, but if we burn down the empire, what do we have to work with? How can we make a change? What will there be for us to do anything to? It's not burning down the system, she said, because we need to do that. But she was saying, we need something to work with what we have as Black people to make a change. We need to, if we're going to elect Joe Biden again, baby, that doesn't mean that we're not going to be on his ass. That does not mean that we can't challenge who our leaders are going to be and let them be afraid that we're going to kick them out of there. That gives us opportunity to bring in and motivate and uplift other people to start looking at those positions, just like Shirley Chisholm did. We got to do that. Y'all sitting here saying writing uncommitted and even putting that as we get closer to election day. Y'all want to be y'all want to do that?
The distance between Joe Biden and Benjamin Netanyahu's genocide is but yay big right now. But you know what? That is so significant because before it was non-existent. And so I'm with the folks who voted non-committed. And it was a primary. It was a primary, right?
We're talking about the primary. But
in the general, we can't,
Yeah. We're and I say this to say I agree with what you're saying, and that's a great point you bring up, because I almost forgot about it, because that conversation about the ceasefire has not been in the media.
Not at all. They killed
it. At all. I literally found it by reading up on some news for the week. That's how I said, is he actually using the word ceasefire?
He didn't. Kamala did.
Kamala did. Of course. Of course.
They send her out to do the hard work all the time. Anyway.
Of course. And we don't see her after that. Because the work be so damn hard. The load, when they finally send her out, it be so damn hard. She's sitting on the bed like that damn picture when she get back home. Just sad. But she married white, so I think the load is
I don't know why, but I ain't laughing at you. I'm laughing at me because the same thing was that same exact thought was in my head, Rebecca.
Life is easier. I don't know. They said hard wig, hard life. And Kamala doesn't have a hard wig, but she got that same old rap. And sometimes Candace
rap. Oh my God, Rebecca, get out of my head.
It's a little sticky. I don't know. It's a sticky situation, but because on Twitter, not Twitter, on TikTok, on the Clock app, there's this whole saying about, and mind you, I have no problem with people dating white. If there was a good man that was white that could holler at me, it was good. Is a good man. That's all he got to be. I go for him, but I just prefer mine to be chocolate from the motherland or from my mother's land.
So you be going for the Africanness of the darkest. You be going
that
for
just
the
came here
deep,
yesterday.
dark chocolate.
I love him to be dark. Wait till you see this one.
100% melanin count.
Look, wait till you see this one. It can't be at night because you're probably gonna miss him.
What did Donald Trump say? Oh my God! Oh my, no, I'm not.
I see the whites of their eyes. But anyway,
we love black.
I love the black.
Rebecca literally loves black.
I do. Oh my God. Like, give me all of it. Like, just nice and just no milk in my coffee. Okay. None of that. But anywho, like and he told me the other day, he's like, I was looking at you online and you were just so much darker. I said, baby, I'm not bleaching. It's just I'm in the house. I'm in the house so much that I've gotten this. I've always been a dark. I've always been a dark.
David, why does he have this clip ready?
I've always been a black.
Why does he have this clip ready so fast? David, that's racist, man.
Look, is this your president?
Turn it up. This is Rebecca.
My eyes that I could. These lights are so bright in my eyes that I can't see too many people out there. But I can only see the black ones. I can't see any white ones. You see? That's how far I've come. That's how far I've come. That's a long way.
Is this your president? That's a long way.
I am just David. It is so racist that you have that clip ready so fast above any other clip.
But didn't have the
Wait. No. So in the middle of the pandemic, I called up Ben and said, how many monitors do you think I need for my setup? When we were just juicing up the everyone wonders how I work the magic. It's just because I have 3 different monitors.
That ain't gonna cover it. No.
Yeah, Glow. At the end of the day, they got it in.
I definitely did not have that clip waiting.
But it was actually right on time. But it was racist how quick you got it up, David.
It was fast. It was very white of you. But love you, Mina. Thank you for having it available for people to know what we're talking about. I say all that to say the uncommitted vote does not. I like how it did. You're right, and that's a good point that you made because I almost forgot about it. If y'all don't know, our current president, who has led and been friends and has given and supported and has given weapons.
Did you see them blow up those 4 kids walking home?
No, and I thank God I haven't because I'm watching it happen in my own country. So it's just too much, and it's all online too. You're seeing all of this stuff happen online, and the support of America for months with what's going on, and then to give them pause and humanitarian pauses because their lives really don't matter, but for them to be able to run to another area that they don't know if that place will be safe enough for their kids or for them to live another day. But those humanitarian pauses for them to at least be able to see, feel, and whatever in that moment, but then have to be in fear again. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. So you are right, and I will take that where that uncommitted did shake up the Biden administration for them to move when they had struggled with saying it's fire.
Yeah.
So no, good point. So thank you for bringing it to my attention because I almost forgot because that hasn't been covered. I don't know why it hasn't been covered. This man has when he said humanitarian pause, baby, that was all up in the news. When he said that he was going to supply food to them, that was all up in the news.
Right.
But he's calling for a ceasefire. Who
they whispered
we know, we know Rashida Tlaib has been under fire for literally saying that in the beginning. They called her anti-Semitic, all that, and no.
Yeah, we got it's so horrible right now, and I'm not gonna say a whole bunch more because I know, but my God, the kind of choices and the decisions that people are faced with everywhere, like from the Congo through Gaza, through Yemen, through the people of Syria who've been underneath a civil war for the last, I don't know, 9 years now. Like, just people are having to make, people of Haiti, the people of South America, various nations down there that have been destabilized by the United States. And then we look at America, we look at COVID-19, we look at climate change. And it's like, we literally, I can't imagine and don't want to imagine a worse timeline that we already are in. But folks, every day, all day long, are having to make decisions about the very safety of their children. And some of them don't even get the decision. Some of them are literally so helpless that the entire world has to watch as their children are blown up from the sky by Benjamin Netanyahu and the United States weapons.
Yep. And the United States quietly calling for a ceasefire. And that, to me, they're ashamed to call for a ceasefire. But it's clear that with the polling, and so the Uncommitted, and that's a good point. Thank you for helping me shift that view in that way, because it did. But it's such a quiet thing that I almost forgot about it. We've been calling for ceasefire so long. It's actually, y'all, it's actually a thing that they're working on, and it has nothing. Like you said, yeah, we are getting zero substantial coverage on Haiti, Sudan, Congo, and the Palestine. Palestine is gone. The cover. This is how it is in the media, though, y'all. The only reason why Haiti became a part of it is because it started to get so bad that now America can now post about it or cover it in the media and use the words invade to make it make sense.
Facts.
With the Congo and what was happening is happening there, and what how we started understanding what the true issue is, how our cell phones are being made, how America has something to do, the blood being, all of that we start to hear less and less about, because what we're seeing in mainstream media is Candace Owens being dropped from Shapiro's show. And they want us to really give a damn, when a lot of the things I just talked about, Candace Owens has literally kissed the asses of people who spoke against the Congo, spoke against Haiti, Palestinians. I want nothing to do with that. Not a damn thing.
She stood on the side of them for so long, right?
She smells like them.
There you go. You know, the stench of white supremacy. It really doesn't come off that easy.
It's gonna follow you for me in my house.
It does not wash off easy, Candace.
No. Mayonnaise. Dog hair.
Ooh. Mayonnaise has been sitting out for a couple of years.
Dog pee.
Ooh, come on. Ew.
Wet mop.
White supremacy.
Right? So I just saw a video of a woman. Look at me. Stay with me here. I just saw 2 videos. There's this woman that said that a bouncer. She's a TikToker, and she's big. Mind you, there's worlds of TikToks where people who are everyday people just post themselves sitting in a car, and they are now
stars.
They're stars. They're getting paid so much money. This white young woman went out because, you know, on TikTok they could do white tears, baby. And Risa Tisa has to set up her story. White people just got to do white tears and lie. Got onto that platform, and she stated that she was pushed out of. She went out of the club with her friends, was pushed out of the bar, was grabbed and thrown down the stairs by the bouncer. Was let out the bouncer was fighting her and pushed her down the stairs and kicked her out of the club. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, that club needs to be shut down for what they did to her, for da-da-da-da. And honey, the people of that club put the video out as she was telling her story. Ooh, I love a good receipt. They put out the video. As she told her story, they put every instance. As she was walking out, they politely, calmly walked her and her friends out. When they got to the staircase, she tried to get at them, and they made sure she got down safely, leading her down safely each step with her and her friends. When they got to the bottom, they turned around and she like was cussing them out, and her friends had to say, no, let's go. And they were just like, go, can you please go? She was let out so safe for being belligerent in that club, drunk and belligerent, and she was let out so safe. So her putting that out there and everybody going against that club, making them lose money, making them people go and like put bad reviews underneath because of this white woman's lie, white supremacy. Another white woman was seen to put herself, she put herself underneath a truck driver, a delivery truck driver's truck. She put herself there. And she said, I want my package.
Wow.
I know that my package is in there and I paid for it and I want it. And the man said, can you please move? We're on the road and you're putting yourself underneath my truck. I don't want you to get hurt. She calls 911. This white woman, after she put herself underneath the truck, she calls 911 and she says, I want my package, and he's holding my package and he won't give it to me. Ma'am, where are you? Ma'am, where are you? I'm on the road. And she starts to sound like she's panicking. And the man's like, she's underneath my truck. She just put herself underneath my truck. I don't want her to get hurt. Because here we go caring about people who just out here being Karens, being disrespectful, putting their own lives in danger to blame a man who's doing his job. Both those stories, the people were doing their job. And because it didn't work out in the way of the white person, all they can do is say something and they'll be more believed than the other person. Yeah. We have to go find footage. I thank God for it every day. Receipts. That's why when I have meetings with my 9-to-5 job, any type of meeting I have, baby, I'm going to take my phone out and I'm going to record the audio, because ain't nobody gonna gotcha me. Ain't nobody gonna say they never received a document. I didn't do what I was told. I remember my manager who functions in white supremacy on behalf of this financial institution. I remember she said, you didn't contact me at this particular time. The Lord said, go back on, Rebecca, onto your laptop. And even though my computer wasn't working, I had timestamps for each moment that I contacted her. I even had a voicemail that was left for her. And all of those things, and I was able to gather those receipts, tag the whole manager of the whole company and her in there. And I said, if there's any meetings that you guys would like to do, please make sure I'm in the room so that I can account for any time that this person is singing out there. People work in white supremacy. People work in that. They will literally use their power. They will use their power, y'all. And their power is just whiteness. We got to do 6 jobs to prove our innocence. In the system, in the healthcare, and all of it. A woman just died. And I forget her name. She's a YouTube content creator and a beautiful woman who was misdiagnosed.
Yes, fibroids.
And the whole time, it was cervical cancer. That's close to me because y'all know my journey with that whole situation, with the cancerous cells and me having to do all of this and my experience, all of it. Being misdiagnosed is a big deal. Black women are having to save themselves and ask questions and do all of this. And the way they found out after they misdiagnosed her was a doctor was like, oh, yep, that big mass cervical cancer. Like, y'all just misdiagnosed me and I was coming here for every little thing because I knew something was wrong and y'all kept telling me nothing was wrong. Yes. If a white person says, this person did this to me, Emmett Till. Right?
Yeah.
If white platforms get on Fox News or whoever and sit there and say Black people are the enemy, what do we get? We get people like Kyle Rittenhouse walking free.
Come on.
Okay? We have to save ourselves all the time because of white supremacy, because of whiteness, because prejudice, because they see us as inferior. So when Candace Owens stands up and says that she wants to wave her white flag, be for real. Be for real. Because you supported all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you tried to cry Black tears, they were like, that don't matter over here. It doesn't matter over here. Don Lemon did an interview with Elon Musk.
Oh my. It was an eventful week.
It's been an eventful week. It's been an eventful week, guys. So much news has come out, and all the news just goes to show why diversity and inclusion is important. Do I like it? Do I like being the diversity and inclusion pick? No. Is it important to save us? Yeah. Because a lot of people are getting away with disrespecting us, killing us, all types of stuff.
Ain't nothing wrong with diversity and inclusion in a system. I understand your position. You've held it pretty firm for many years. And I think it's actually poignant, but also hilarious when you say it, because it's like, Black people do you do it better than they do. When you clown diversity and inclusion, you actually do it better than the conservatives do. But ain't nothing wrong with diversity and inclusion in a system that has excluded us and has been nothing but undiverse. Let me just use that for its entire existence. And their fight against diversity and inclusion, I know you know this, but I just want to say it. Their fight against diversity and inclusion is their attempt to maintain power. And so a diversity inclusion program at every place in this country, at every institution, is actually proper. It is not a reflection on someone's skill set. It's a reflection on the fact that 50% of Black people don't even get a call back when they see a Black name on a resume. That's why diversity and inclusion programs are necessary.
No, they are. And that's why when I, because
but you do clown it pretty good though. I do enjoy it.
Yeah, because I know it's problematic because they take it as a joke. I already knew that they were going to center this, because what they did with Starbucks, that's when diversity and inclusion started to really gain its feet and momentum. What they did at Starbucks when that whole situation happened with the alleged racism encounter, and they had to shut Starbucks down for a day. And then we started seeing other companies do the same thing. They started to have to be aware, but I knew the same way when COVID-19, and they were going to now propel diversity and inclusion. This was the perfect place to do it in 2020 with the literally with cops and Black people. The issue started growing with that. And so they needed that diversity and inclusion. At Twitter, they started to really understand that Black voices mattered. So they created that Black space and Black Twitter area for us, because they knew that app would go to the pits of hell if it wasn't for Black voices. TikTok, white people would have nothing to do.
Oh my God!
If Black people didn't create on the app.
Talk. Are they not the diversity and inclusion pics of TikTok and Instagram? Like,
if Black people didn't create, I literally watched what's that show in the pods, Love is Blind. Every white woman on there was speaking in African American vernacular English.
Oh my God.
And they were all like, yes, you better. Not you talking to me like that, not you giving that, not that being, not da da da. And I can even say it's okay for gay folks to use it, because they've been privy. They create some of this lingo for us. But I don't understand why I'm looking at white women being like, not you doing that. And then, it's giving. It's the
Kardashian effect.
It was really irritating to me and the 17 girls in my spirit. But I say all that to say, diversity and inclusion couldn't save Candace Owens.
Any of them.
And if it couldn't save any of them that are over there, not even Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, they will use you and dance with you a little bit, ask you to teach them how that dance go, and dance like that white boy David danced. Not our producer. But then they'll get done with it. And they'll want to be offbeat again. And they'll want to sing with this too much vibrato again. And they'll want to make the food have less sodium.
We're going to convert back like Miley Cyrus.
Yes, they want to revert back.
Like which one of the Kardashian sisters got rid of the butt implant?
It was Kim herself. Kim is getting a reduced they're on everybody's on Ozempic now, baby. BBLs ain't in, baby. Ozempic.
They back to they want to go back to the traditional 50s.
Ozempic.
Iron board.
Ozempic is helping everybody around the nation. Have you heard of Ozempic, Ben?
No.
It's a shot that they give you. And baby, in 5 days.
Oh, is that what snatched Oprah up real tight?
Oh, and that's why Oprah had to leave Weight Watchers, because she said she's not on Ozempic, but she didn't say she wasn't on the other ones, Wegovy. She didn't say she wasn't on Moderna, whatever the other one is called. She didn't say she wasn't on. She said
why
she
you
wasn't
know all
on
the brands?
Because I took a picture of it so I can remember when I talk about it, because they're about to do an interview. Oprah got so much money. She said on one day, I no longer am with Weight Watchers. And the next day she said, let's have the conversation. And I got my Oprah hair on. Let's have it. And a lot of people are worried about, am I on Ozempic? But we're going to have the conversation of the ups, the downs, and we're going to have our medical team. She had a whole commercial, ABC.
You get Ozempic. You get Ozempic. You get Ozempic.
Oh, baby. She's about to promote this thing, and y'all wait on it. I think the interview is coming out soon. Yeah. So people are getting tiny on Ozempic, but yes, they're reverting back to these looks that they
look
want.
Look at what Rosalba said. 12. Because that's the real issue right there. That they can't get the medicine for the diabetes because of because of how many people are starting to use it.
Yes.
And it's in a way, and it's not apples for apples, because what they did with ivermectin was an actual solution for COVID-19, but there were actual real uses for ivermectin that people couldn't even get it for, because so many people were taking it for COVID-19 and still dying of it. But anyway, I thought that was a really good point from Rosalba.
No, I'm glad you brought that up, because Ozempic is for people who are pre-diabetic or diabetic, and it allows them to maintain their weight so that their insulin and stuff, they can take it properly. All the stuff, their bodies can receive it properly, because when you are overweight, it's going to be problematic for you when you are diabetic. And so it prevents you from being your healthiest self and for drugs to actually work. So in that case, your grandmother, your grandfather, your sister, your brother, everybody in between, your aunts, your uncles, me, can't get it, because everybody is utilizing it for cosmetic purposes.
That's America.
People already can't afford the drug, but people who have money are able to just go and get a semaglutide, it's called a semi-glutide, something like that. If I'm saying it wrong, get me right.
You got me on that one. I don't even know what to say.
It's gonna get me. I gotta go find it. But anyways, this drug, it can go by a different name. And as soon as Ozempic came out, so many other people in big pharma were able to get their hands on it and start producing it, same drug, different name, and getting it out to people. But people who actually can't afford diabetic drugs itself, but this is actually helping them.
That's one of those other really evil things about our timeline. Like, I honestly, like, y'all, we live in the most twisted timeline where people have to decide between their insulin and food and rent.
Mm-hmm.
And then like people actually literally die from having to make that choice. And that is, maybe it's not a common thing for people to die from that choice, but I've known enough, and I've covered enough stories to say that people do die from that, and that people make those kind of decisions every day.
Yeah. No. And see, capitalism. And they don't give a damn. Yeah, there you go. I just said it. Capitalism playing with health again. They don't care. It's as long as it's making money. We don't want to make sure people are healthy. If this drug works for people losing weight all over the world,
sell it all the same
at a drastic pace, people are losing 90 pounds in less than a month. People are going down. But what is keeping them there? Are they exercising? But doctors are promoting it. I watched here in Atlanta. I have a problem with, when I first moved here, I had a problem when I first came here because I didn't look like everybody else. If y'all know me, I'm a slim girl. I'm Amazon, and I don't got much wagon to drag. But when I came here, that was a very promoted thing, and I had no problem with it. I thought a lot of people were homegrown because I'd never seen anything like it. I'm Haitian; they got ass. So me coming here, and that was everybody had the ass. I'm thinking, oh wow. And then wearing certain clothing, I have no problem with it, but that just wasn't for me. When I came from New York, everybody's wearing what the fuck they want to wear. Everybody's looking good. It's just like a whole thing. But here, people were promoting BBLs. People were promoting all of this stuff. And yeah, we'll wrap up. We'll be done by 12:30. But people were promoting bodies and all these things that were like people weren't going to get. So you know where they were going? They were going to underground clinics. They were getting cement shot up into their bodies.
Yep.
They were getting so like stuff shot up into their face, all of that to meet this type of look. And it's a fad. And now BBLs are going down. Now people are starting to look at BBLs crazy, and people are starting to have, when I say no waist, I ain't talking about no waist. I'm talking about no waist for the no waist. You're literally, there's nothing there. And it's unhealthy how you're getting there. It's not healthy to lose a certain amount of weight in such a short time by shooting up a drug inside of you that is meant for something else. Yeah, I'm watching, because I mentioned Atlanta, an Atlanta show. Those are my guilty pleasures. And the women on there are talking about if she couldn't lose weight, would she be on a semaglutide? Yes, she's a doctor. She said, I would definitely be on a semaglutide, and I'll offer it to my patients. And I watched her on the show offer it to different patients who were considered to be overweight. And I'm looking at them, I'm like, is this considered to be overweight? Why is she considered to be overweight? Because she's going to go out for trying out for a baby? What was the reason? But what they were talking about was more on the cosmetic side. And this is my problem. And I'm like, oh, I just hate that for us, where people can't get a drug because of it being utilized for cosmetic purposes, and because it makes money. So it's not that they couldn't produce this drug. It's because they're giving it to so many other people, and other companies have begun to produce a drug. So now we can produce it. There's somebody else producing it, but you weren't going to be at the forefront because you're not going to pay for it. We need the person that's going to pay for it.
Right.
Capitalism.
Top dollar.
Health. Yes.
Yep.
So
it's been a week.
It's been a week, baby. And I bet you there's so much other stuff that I haven't covered. If I even go to Nickelodeon, we'll be here for 99 hours.
Lord, no. We ain't got no time to talk about that dude.
I'm not going there.
Dan Schneider, what's his name? Is that his name? Dan Schneider?
Yes.
It's going to be a lot, man. Look.
But that is the whole dynamics. If we can just wrap up the whole show on what it's about, the dynamics of power and how people abuse it. And how Black people, no matter where you are, if it's a white room, baby, you're at the bottom of the totem pole, and they would throw you away because of power. The abuse of power in so many different areas. The abuse of power when it comes to the justice system, when it comes to the health system, when it comes to our regular 9-to-5s, the corporate system, when it comes all of this, the abuse of power when it comes to you trying to pay rent at the management office. The abuse of power.
You better preach, Black woman. I'm gonna take some liberties here. You hate it when I do this.
Go ahead.
But Rebecca, I have been working with you for some years now. I don't even gotta say nothing on the show no more. Like you're in a different stratosphere now. Keep doing what you're doing, because when you summarize this thing about the dynamics of power, not only is that 100% accurate, but that's 100% what they want us to not talk about. They literally do not want us to talk about the dynamics of power, and flesh and blood has not revealed that to you, Rebecca. God bless you now.
And listen, I know from experience, and from experience, we can talk about it from a corporate level. We can talk about it from us working in the media and politics together. What that look like. Relationships. There's an abuse of power. And the person who always wants to have that power over you will belittle you, will make you feel like you got to do a certain kind of thing for
gaslight you,
do something strange for a piece of change. A lot of that you will see while we're out here thinking this is the only way that we can come up. That's why I believe that unpaid internships is complete slavery, and not doing the job that you are qualified to do in these internships, but being treated like whatever because they got to break you in because you have to cross burning sands. It's problematic. It's an abuse of power. All of this leading into what we know the people that Nickelodeon went through. They're giving us joy on screen, but behind the screens,
abuse of power.
They're being abused. And nobody gets to tell their story.
I know you got to go, David, but there's perhaps the greatest abuse of power on the face of this planet is sexual abuse. I probably should have gave a trigger warning before I said that, but we're talking about it anyway with Dan Schneider and all the allegations going on at Nickelodeon. But with people have power, especially with men who are not even men who are attractive and are conventionally attractive, like Dan Schneider is Dan Schneider. Like he abuses his power allegedly, according to all allegations. But When you see people with power over somebody who has anything that they want sexually, from the Catholic Church to the Mormon Church to the Southern Baptist Church down to apparently Nickelodeon, you're gonna see abuses of power manifest through sexual assault. And it is so commonplace. I fear there are more people on this planet who understand that very personally than don't.
No, and there you go. That's the end of our show. We can go into it a little bit more, but we won't. We have 12:30. Listen, if you're still here, you know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe to our channels. We have the Benjamin Dixon Show. We have Rebecca Azor. Make sure you please, if you're not a patron, you know what to do.
Shout out to DJ X3C.
Shout out to DJ X3C. Patreon.com/like it or not. Patreon.com/like it or not. Becca's Voice on Cash App. BPD 2018 on Cash App. Listen, I don't see too many of the what is it called? Super chats for us to have conversations and get there with you.
We had one. Where's the one, David? We did it last week. We're gonna do one. We're gonna do it.
We got one.
We had one. It's way back up at the top, but we have one. There it is.
All right, Sophie. Thank you so much for your $5.
Yes.
I really appreciate that. Thank you to everybody else who's been watching. You know, your like, your share, your subscribe. It helps our channel boost, our channels boost, get us into the algorithmic type fear. Maybe it doesn't, but it does something for us.
But we're here anyway, so
it does something. We need it. But what is David? Is that for you, Ben, in the chat?
Oh, let me see. Oh, okay. So loan charge meeting. Okay, so ask me anything on Friday. Public ask me.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, okay. That's the patron. It's like a patron party / ask me anything next Friday. Me and Bubba will be there. Rebecca, obviously, you know, when as you so choose to come through and bless our presence.
They counted me out of this one because I didn't know about it. I didn't know
we don't bother you too much. We know you. You know, we get the time that we get with you. We appreciate it.
As long as y'all appreciate it, y'all know what's up. I'm not here for a long time, but I'm always here for a good time. Make sure you tip us and make sure you tip our producer. He's not always here for a long time, but he's always here for a good time where we can smoke him and we could do all we could ride him out, but he still rides with us. You know, that's what you call an ally. He don't ride the fence. He's on the right side of things. All right, that's gonna be DKG87 on Cash App. I love you guys. We're at the end of the show. Ben, have a good weekend. You guys, we'll see you next Saturday. Mwah. Love you, mean it.